Hello, guys, and welcome to Odds on Ligue and Match Day 10. And the first thing we have to say or to do is just, Alain, bravo, congratulations, 11 out of 11. Every single tip was correct. I think this is impossible. It's like Back to the Future, no? You read what was going to happen in the next match day.
It was my dream, and it's still my dream to have that agenda, not for every game, only for 1 month. And it will be change my life.
If you repeat this in this match day, it will be amazing. So, guys, remember, of course, to comment the league and with us. Follow Alain's tips if you feel to do so, and press the like and subscribe. Let's start analyzing this match day. Hopefully, as successful as the previous one. And the game we have on Friday is Lyon. Toulouse. Lyon is still with many problems, 4 consecutive defeats. For them, when they are playing away, it's a horror movie, another defeat against Lens, whereas for Toulouse, Alain, they beat, and we saw many goals against Montpellier, 4-2 in that derby. I guess we should expect Lyon to bounce back.
But Lyon is the worst team away, only 1 point. Soon, the team of Peter Bosz, when they play at home, is totally different because it is the 3rd team in the classification about home game, and they play against Paris Saint-Germain. 4 game outside of Paris Saint-Germain, 4 victory. Lyon must to be really hungry in the next game, because in Lens we saw the limit about the team when they play away. When they play at home, they're in the 4 victory they're soon this season. In the 4 game, their score in the first half. Toulouse, in some games, especially away, they miss concentration. They suffer team with a really quality possession of the ball. They let space. I think Lyon will be start really fast in this game, and I choose a risky odd over 1.5 goals in the first half. Odds 2.20.
Okay, goals in the first half. Then let's move on to the games we have on Saturday. We have Marseille, Ajaccio. Marseille, they are really happy because they are 2nd in the standings. They were able to beat Angers 0-3. Also in the Champions League, they were able to come back after conceding a very early goal against Sporting with the help, of course, of Antonio Adán. What a game of the Spanish goalkeeper of Sporting. But Alain, they are playing the bottom of the table. Ajaccio, good times for Marseille to grab another victory and still stay on the 2nd spot of the standings, just behind PSG.
Yes, in Ligue, Marseille is really stable. They made a brilliant beginning of the season. It was since season 1992 that doesn't start like this season. Now Ajaccio, in the beginning of the season, we know that it was a team with a really good defensive phase. In the last journey, we start to show some limits in the defensive phase. The offensive phase is a drama for Ajaccio. Is the poorest, the weakest attack in Ligue 1. I choose the security for that game. Marseille winning, odds 1.40. I think is high respect to the difference between both teams.
Is this a hot game, by the way, between Corsicans and...
Yes. Ajaccio don't have a lot of fans. It's more with against Bastia. But yes, is not a derby, but is a game with a special feeling, especially for the team from Corse.
Then on Saturday, we also have Reims PSG. Reims, they are coming from a draw against Troyes, still in relegation spots. And again, as we mentioned in the previous video, down to 10 men. They saw a red card playing against PSG, cruising in Ligue 1, although they had some trouble to beat Nice in the last match day.
No, but Reims is a funny team with a clear offensive mentality. I think with Ito and Balogun, their upgrade is attack line, and we saw that when both players can be played together. PSG now, in every journey is the question. Not if PSG is winning, but if PSG is a concede goal. I think it's one of the first questions every tipster must to do it. For that game, I think Reims is able to score against Paris Saint-Germain. Both teams to score odds 1.70.
Especially because also PSG, they have tough games between against Benfica in the Champions League. So perhaps they don't take this game this seriously. Let's jump into the games we have on Sunday. The first one is a good one, Montpellier. Monaco, because always we see many goals in Montpellier games, and because Monaco, they are getting better and better and better. Thrashed Nantes 4-1, Ben Yedder scoring a hat-trick. So I expect to see goals in the south of France with this Montpellier-Monaco.
Yes, in every game from the beginning of the season, we saw Montpellier, I think, only in one game that the score was an under 2.5. Now, Montpellier in Toulouse show a lot of limit without the ball. The center defender concede so much. The midfielder line protect really bad his defense. This version of Montpellier against Monaco, the difference is really high at this moment. We don't must to show the difference in classification, but we must to analyze the difference about the level, about the last games. And Monaco is the team improved more in the last 3 games in Ligue 1. Finally, it appeared Monaco start his season with a team really strong in without the ball and in the offensive phase. He found his striker Ben Yedder and Bolo playing at a very, very high level at this moment. When I checked the odds, I was really surprised for the odds for Monaco. I choose the victory of Monaco in Montpellier, odds 2.02.
Indeed, the highest odds in Oddspedia, 2.02 for Monaco to win in Montpellier. Next game, Angers. Strasbourg, important for the relegation battle because Strasbourg, they are still really poor in relegation spots. No victories yet. For them, it's getting worrisome for Strasbourg, Alain, and Angers. It's true that they lost against Olympique Marseille in the last match day, but they were coming from beating Nice and Montpellier before.
It's the scary game about this journey because the last game show the limits and the problem about both teams. It's true both teams played against European team like Olympique Marseille and Stade Rennais, but the question is, are the manager still control the team? Maybe Angers have something more respect at Strasbourg. Is the most difficult game to choose an odds. I choose over 1.75, odds 1.37 for the scary game of this journey.
Mm-hmm. Next game, Brest, Lorient. Here you have to explain me the odds, Alain, because I cannot understand why Lorient is not favorite for this game, 3.25. And they are third in the standings. They are coming from 5 consecutive victories. And Brest, they only drew against Auxerre, only 2 points in the last 7 games. Why do we see these odds?
It's a really, really hot derby. Maybe the bookmaker check the history about this derby, and in the last 10 years, I think Lorient have been able to win one in Brest only 2 times. Brest need to winning. But Brest is the same feeling than Angers and Strasbourg. A lot of problem in the last game. They're winning 1-0 in Auxerre and play with one player more, and they don't be able to winning that game. They have a lot of problem. Belaïli is leaving. The team is not the team, especially with the risk about the transition about last season. They lose that type of powder, and it was the key, especially in the offensive phase. Now a derby is always a special game. Lorient arrive in a very, very good moment, because I think the biggest surprise in Ligue 1 from until now. And I think Lorient will be lose in Brest. The double opportunity, double chance is interesting. Odds 1.68 for the 𝐿𝐴𝐵𝐿𝐴𝐵.
Indeed. Again, Lorient, they are third in the standings, and Brest, they are third from the bottom in the standings. That's why these odds are a bit crazy, although it's a hot derby, as Alain is telling us. Next game is Clermont Auxerre, another two teams that they should be fighting against relegation, but both are in good spots, especially Clermont that beat Ajaccio in the last match day at home. They've already showed us, Alain, that they are a good side, beating Nice, beating Toulouse, and probably they should beat also Auxerre. They were coming in a bad streak. At least they got a draw against Brest to stop the bleeding after 4 consecutive defeats.
Both teams are similar for the model of play, but Clermont have 1 year more of experience about Ligue 1. We saw that in the market, to go to sign player with experience. Gastien changed something in his model of play, especially in the phase without the ball, and the results are excellent. We saw a team with mentality to Clermont. Last season, it was an academic team. Now is a team with mentality. It's the second year of university for Clermont. Auxerre is the rookie. Is the rookie. The model of play is really offensive. They want to play, but when do you quit the ball to Auxerre, they suffer a lot. I think the Clermont can be winning that game. The odds are really generous. If we check the difference between both teams, odds 2.00 for Clermont winning.
And next game, Nice. Nice very, very poor at home. 1 point in 4 games. The last game was a defeat, although at least they competed against PSG. Whereas Troyes, away, they've been able to beat Monaco, for instance. Do you see a surprise, or Nice at some point they have to win a game, no, in the Allianz Rivière?
Troyes surprised a lot in the last journey with his results. Now Nice in Paris, in the content, especially in defensive phase, I think the content was good. One of the best game for Nice this season, but they still have a lot of problem in creation, and now Favre must to change something with his team, because a lot of voice sent Pochettino in the bench of Nice. Now, je sais Nice 3 is difficult, because I don't be confident with Nice. There will be play in Europa League and in Conference League this week, and I choose both team score for that game, because Nice must to be open more his team between respect to the game against Paris Saint-Germain. Both teams score Edu 1.83 for the odds.
They are the worst team in Ligue 1 playing at home. Nice, together with Ajaccio, only with 1 point and only 1 goal scored at home for Nice. and they conceded 6. So they are very, very poor. At one point, they have to improve. You mentioned that Nice, they are playing in the conference, and 2 teams playing in the Europa League. Rennes, Nantes, they meet at 5 p.m. local time, with Rennes really favorite because at home they are always very strong. 3 victories, 1 defeat this season. And Nantes, they are very poor when they are playing away, with only 2 points close to the relegation spots. It looks like a no-brainer here. Alain going for a Rennes victory.
It's a derby. It's another Bretagne derby for that journey. We have two Breton derby. Now the difference are really marked between both teams. Nantes away is average 2 goals conceded per game, in front of a team like Rennes, who start to improve his level, especially in front of the goal. I think that game is a game for another 2.75, odds 1.95.
And the last game of this match day is another derby in the north, Lille. Lens, if we check the Ligue 1 page in Oddspedia, Alain, we see in the stats that Lille is the only team with 100% stats of both teams to score. Actually, 9 out of the 9 games were both teams to score, but this season, apart from that, is a bit hit and miss in the results. They are 8th in the standings. Lens, they are much more reliable.
Yes, we said that at the beginning of the season, Lille will be a really, really offensive team who will be concede a lot in his game. And after 9 journey, we saw that the number said the context. Now is one of the hottest derby in France, with Saint-Etienne, Lyon, Lille-Lens. In my opinion, is the hottest derby. That feel really strong, that rivalry. Lille in front of team physically and tactically, like Lens, suffer a lot. Now they play at home. Derby is always a special game. My doubt about Lille is how can be the team stop the verticality and the transition of RC Lens, who in the game against Lyon, we saw back the Lens of the beginning of the season, and not the Lens about the last 2 journey in Ligue 1 before the FIFA schedule. I choose the double chance X2, odds 1.66 for Lens doesn't lose the derby of the North.
Let's hope we are as lucky or as accurate, not lucky because this is not luck. You were absolutely correct in your tips last match day, but it's not always that easy. We've analyzed all 10 games. Alain, just tell me which one is your favorite bet for this match day.
Montpellier, AS Monaco, over 1.75, odds 1.22.
And your ACCA?
Reims, Paris Saint-Germain, both teams score. Montpellier, Monaco, 2. Brest, Lorient, double chance X2. Lille, Lens, double chance X2. For a total 9.57.
Okay, Alain, best of luck, bon chance. Thank you very much for your tips. Remember, guys, to leave your comments, press the like, and subscribe to our channel, of course, to enjoy more videos with Alain Valnegri. See you next week, Alain.
Ciao.